Hi, everybody. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's blog post. Having a lot of activity as we've had in the last few weeks, and we're not going to stop the Fed presidents from commenting about continuing to raise interest rates because they're looking at, old data. We've covered this before. I don't want to go into it. Obviously, it's a challenge for all of us, but the reality of it is we can only control what we can control. So I want to go on with our series about the things that we can do in August to help benefit ourselves and our referral partners and our clients. And this is helping generate leads number 3, which again is focused on working with our realtor referral partners. But this time, we're going to look at this strategy through the prism of their databases as well as ours, because as we come to the end of the summer of 2023, we're going to deal with families and going back to school. And one of the things that I talk about when going back to school is the back to school rule, is that within a few weeks of the kids going back to school, people start to realize the functionality issues that they may be having with their current property. They may be really understanding that the house that they're currently living in is no longer working for them in a way that is beneficial, that maybe a different format, style, whatever, could be helpful to them. And the examples that I give are pretty straightforward, that, houses can cause stress in so many different ways, whether it be, the house itself, its geographical location, configuration, or even how the family fits into it. And, we look at a simple 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, which is a great starter home. But now the kids have grown up a bit, and now they're starting school. And the busiest 9 square feet in that family's lives is that 9 square feet outside that 1 bathroom the morning of a school day. And it really can create havoc in trying to get people in and out, and how their days are even starting and their attitude as to how that day goes. And you pose the question is, what would the value to that family be on a monthly basis to have another bathroom? And again, people often look at their life and their choices and the things that they do based upon what their monthly payment is, and is it value? And that's the pretext or the conversation that we're having is, people buy larger, cars because they have bigger families and they need to carry more stuff, and they end up spending more money, and that increases their monthly payment, right? People have subscription services or streaming services or phone plans or cable plans or communication plans or cell phone plan, whatever it is. And it's whatever that price is, it's based upon what they perceive to be the value of having that in their lives. They make those choices, whether it be making their lunches at home or buying their coffee at Starbucks or eating, lunch out or bringing it to work. Whatever the case may be, we make those choices based upon how it fits into the context of our budget and the benefit that it provides. And so we talked about the bathroom. What about bedrooms? It's not uncommon that people, have kids that share bedrooms. And this part to me was, hey, bunk beds are separate rooms. Well, the sharing the room works fine to a certain stage in their lives, and then it becomes a bigger hassle than almost anything else, because those children, maybe their schedules change, maybe their habits change, maybe, they need some privacy onto themselves, and the constant bickering and fighting over who does what and when, light on, light off, get up, go to bed, do this, do that. That interference can create havoc inside of a family. So what would the value be of having another bedroom? What would the monthly value be in having that bedroom? Same thing comes to, we just lived through COVID, and some people are not going back to work. They're working from home. Maybe they used one of the bedrooms to create a separate office, but because that bedroom is linked to the other bedrooms in the house, it doesn't function as well as it could. Maybe that bedroom would be better in a different part of the house, separate from where the sleeping rooms were. Maybe it is a true dedicated home office and built that way to perform that way, so that the person could be in that office working at different times of the day while others are either relaxing, sleeping, or doing what they're doing. And again, floor plan can be all the difference in the world. How does that change the dynamic of the family? How does that make it function? What does that space mean to that entire family? And that is something that can be considered and looked at on a monthly basis. If I got a house with a different format, a different situation, what would that cost versus what does it cost now? Last but not least is geography. What is the geographical impact of that home? Sure, maybe when they bought that house, they had two little kids and it was right across the street from the grade school. And the kids could get out in the morning and walk across the street to go to school. Now they're in middle school or high school. And now you have to fight that grade school traffic every day going to and from the middle school or the high school. Maybe that's no longer worth it. Maybe the geographic location would be completely different based upon the kids' needs, based upon the family needs, based upon the things that we do. Maybe now's the time to make that shift because the convenience of that location has worn out and another location may function better. What's that worth on a monthly basis? And when I say that, we can also look and say, oh, well, people aren't going to leave a 3% mortgage for a 7% mortgage. Well, it's happening every day and more often than you think, because in a lot of those cases, it's a value judgment. It's worth the higher monthly payment on the house. For some people, it's not even a higher monthly payment because what's happening? We're selling the house. They've built up a tremendous amount of equity in that house that they're selling. They pay off 25% credit cards. They pay off $1,000 a month car loan. They pay off all these other things that they've been paying. Maybe it's a home equity line of credit that's gone from 3% to 8%. I don't know. But it comes back to what is the total monthly payment and what's the value we're getting for it? Because we make those choices every day. Things that we have, things that we don't have, things that we aspire to have that we can't right now until something else happens are value choices that we make. And the home is one of those choices. So we have to look at this in terms of the impact to the family and what would it be? And when you think about it, there is a potential where that family could sell that house and buy one that works significantly better for them and potentially either lower or maintain their current monthly payments as a whole, as a family, because the new location, the new house, the new situation, and what we were able to do after selling the old one has changed the family dynamic greatly. So keep that in mind as you're moving forward. It's time to have a conversation with your realtor referral partners. Look at your own databases, get out there, because I'm telling you, as the kids go back to school, it's within a few weeks that they're going to realize that many of them are living with a certain degree of functional obsolescence in their house. And there are opportunities to make changes that don't necessarily have to cost them a lot of money and may even cost them no money or put them in a better position financially. So as always, if you have questions or comments, it's Mike at imtcoaching.com. Take care. We'll speak to you again next week.